little sketchy. I
Yeah.
still have a minute to be unnervous.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard a man.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay, we're ready to start the meeting. It's 4:00. Call to order. Mr. G is here and
Present.
I am here. Okay, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Mr. G,
Here.
me, I'm here.
That establishes a quorum.
Okay, public comments.
One public, sort of.
Sort of, kind of. Am I supposed to make comments now? Hi.
Okay, reports, updates, and announcements. Mr. G, do you have anything?
I just hope everyone had a good summer break and everyone's ready for the new school year.
Good. Well, I've been keeping up with what's going on around the district via Facebook. And I like all the postings, all the pictures that they've posted. And I was at Barstow Fine Arts this morning dropping off my granddaughter. They have it more controlled than last year, so that's a good, so that's all I have. CSEA.
Oh, I came in just in time, I'm so
Yes.
sorry. So, I just got back from conference with, our annual conference, it was in Reno this year. I brought a new member, he'd never been, so he was a new delegate. He learned a lot. I brought plenty of information back with me to share with the membership. Some stuff through legislation, things like that. So, that was fun and interesting, had a good time there. We are starting this month in August, we have our dues increase that was approved and went through all of its, process. So we're going from $2 chapter dues to $5. So we'll be adjusting our budget to align with that and hopefully be able to get some more things out to the membership, some more social events for our membership, to show the appreciation to them. We'll have elections come up towards the end of the year, and I think that's about all we've got going on right now. So welcoming back the new, the kids onto campuses, was nice. Everybody was out, certificated and classified, and of course district was there too, so it was nice to be back, to a routine. For most of us, we like to have that routine. So hope you guys had a good summer break and had some restful, enjoyable time, and other than that, we're back at it. So, thank you.
Good.
And no district
I have
representative?
an email.
Oh, you have an email? Okay.
So this is from Assistant Superintendent George Gutierrez. Good afternoon, commissioners and guests. Unfortunately, I am unable to attend tonight's meeting. I would like to inform you that Barstow Unified looks forward to resuming negotiations next week with CSEA. In addition, we have had some late resignations, and I would like to thank Patty, Julie, and Maria for the diligent work to support BUSD in filling the vacancies, and that's all I have. I will
Okay.
add on that, I provided you both with the vacancy list. Everything in red that's in the red box is vacant after the end of school. These are the vacancies that came up after school let out in May. And that's what we're dealing with, all the stuff in the red box.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is. Because a lot of people like to wait till the last minute right before school starts to submit their resignations. And that ties right into my director's report, if I may go right into that.
Yes.
So we currently have one interview in process, there are 2 recruitments in the testing stage, and 6 recruitments are open. There are currently 349 classified employees, 152 full-time, 92 benefited part-time, and 105 non-benefited. School started this week, as everybody is aware. Barstow Junior High is back on their junior high school campus, and Barstow Intermediate School opened with the sixth graders from the district at the former interim campus. My understanding, the school this week has gone fairly well. No hiccups or major issues that I know of. I was out at Crestline on Monday and Tuesday, helping out over there. And I know that the district administration has been out all week at different sites and stuff. So, and that's my report.
Okay. Adoption of the agenda. We are going to pull 7A, presentation to former Commissioner Beverly Stoops. Other than that, we're
Give motion to adopt
I move to adopt the agenda after,
as amended.
as amended.
okay. I second. Vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Personnel Commissioner interviews, joint appointee. Interview joint appointee applicant, Mr. Ben Rosenberg. Hey, please join us on the hot
May
seat.
the show begin.
It's no longer red like it used to be.
This is amazing in here.
You have a copy of the questions that you're going to be asked. There's also a pencil if you want to take notes during the process or whatever on the notepad there. So let the vice chair begin.
Okay. We're gonna be asking you a series of questions. And okay, Mr. G's gonna begin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rosenberg.
How you doing, Mr.
Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see, let's get started with the first question is, to be eligible for appointment to the Personnel Commission, a person, among other things, must be a known adherent to the principle of the merit system. Can you describe what this means and what you have done in your public or private service to demonstrate your support of this tenet?
Let's see, known adherent to the principle of the merit system. Well, I was a trustee of the district for 12 years and worked with the merit system when I first got on. The Personnel Commission then was voted out by the employees and then brought back in. So I saw what it was, how it was led, and that's a big point of where my point of view was prior to it coming back. And then the way it was administered and the employees liked or disliked not having it and then bringing it back again, the Personnel Commission. The merit system has always been in place, which is a selection process, and I believe in that. The civil service merit system, is around since the late 1800s. It got rid of political bias, it got rid of nepotism, it got rid of favoritism, and it's a rank system. I believe it's proper to have that in any kind of public agency, and for that matter, large private agencies also. Make sure you get the quality of the best. There are good and bad to any system, that being held with the merit system also. As an employer of a larger business and stuff, I see some rankings, and just because you have number one and number two, you need to take into account maybe how the person fits into the system also and fits in well with others. But all in all, it is a good system and it works in public and private sector. I believe in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Rosenberg, I don't know if you know me, I'm Olga Prendo. I'm the CSEA appointed commissioner. Okay, my question to you is, as a personnel commissioner, you may be called upon to hear an employee appeal regarding a disciplinary action taken by the board and make a ruling either supporting or overturning the board's action. These hearings are typically informal, but adhere to basically the same rules as a court hearing. Describe the steps you would take in making this decision.
You ready to go? All right. As it is with any employee, employee has rights. And please forgive me, don't know the exact process, so the employee gets in trouble. The employee is either counseled and then it goes from there. The employee then has disciplinary action. They appeal to, I believe, the site administration. You know, there's a chain of command. Then it comes up to you folks. At any point in time, now again, this is an assumption on my behalf. I'm a quick study and a quick learner, but I also don't pretend to know anything. Your director, Ms. Dool, has more knowledge than probably all of us combined in this room when it comes to personnel commission type stuff. So the first thing that I would do is ask her to spell out what the process is. I would then read the information that is given to me, and based upon the process, the information, I would make the best decision that was in favor of the district and the employee. Why would I say in favor of both of them? Because if the employee did something that's not valuable to the district, then that, you know, needs to be taken care of. But yet if the district did the employee wrong and it was proven through the appeal process that they have all those rights and should be taken seriously, and that should be denied, not denied, but overturned. And that's what the appeal process is for. But again, I would start with Ms. Dool to tell me what the process is and figure all that out, and then read the information and make the best decision possible for the district and the employee.
Thank you.
Mr. Rosenberg, one of the doctrines of the merit system is that of like pay for work of like value. Explain the meaning of this doctrine.
Fair pay for fair work. A job is X, Y, and Z. Now again, please forgive me for my lack of knowledge and proper wording of the situation. But as I was sitting with it as a trustee, we had companies or other commissions or something that came in and said, okay, X, Y, and Z positions are worth X, Y, and Z pay. And so it puts in place what a job is actually worth. And so if you're, I'm gonna probably screw this one up altogether. I know what a job is worth. And this guy does this job and it's worth that. As a personnel commissioner, I guess we have the say or the thing that tells us how we make sure that the pay is right for the position. I think when I was reading about personnel commissioners and what their job is we do establish what is fair pay for a certain position. So the doctrines of merit system, like pay, like work, we're gonna figure it out. Ms. Dool's gonna come to us and say, janitor number A's position requires this much time requires these kind of standards require that kind of pay. I botched that one totally, but I will learn. There you go.
Thank you.
Mr. Rosenberg, the merit system and the civil service system of today are personnel programs that both came into being in the 1930s and were spawned by a system called the spoils system. Explain how this system operated and how the merit system differs.
My understanding of the establishment of the civil service system, and therefore then later in time, the merit system, or vice versa, I think they were called the same when I was looking at it. The spoils were for political doings. If I support you, you're gonna support me. Nepotism and favoritism. Long and short of it is if I like you, I'm gonna give you the job. If you are related to my sister, I'm gonna see the best of getting a job. If you supported me in my campaign, I'm gonna give you the job. it came in after doing some reading, and it was very actually kind of interesting. Like Ms. Newell, I kind of enjoy history to a point. President Garfield was shot by a disgruntled employee, and so therefore they put in a system, which was civil service, I believe, and made sure to get the right person for the right job, and there was a ranking system and everything else. So my take on that story is that this disgruntled employee didn't like Mr. Garfield and for political reasons or whatever, so they put it in place. Merit system came to be in California in the late 30s. I want to say it was 1936 or something, and has been a big proponent. California used it, and I remember this from when I was understanding collective bargaining with the LA school district fiasco back in the 70s. There was something like 750 classified employees laid off in one day. And so therefore, then in came the merit system, collective bargaining, everything else. But we can thank LA Unified for the labor laws in place that are in place now in the state of California in the school districts.
Thank you.
All right, let's see here. Mr. Rosenberg, the Personnel Commission is independent from the board. This independence is guaranteed by the assurance that the board has no power over the commission's budget, its staff, or its authority in several areas of classified personnel administration. This independence, however, can sometimes lead to the board and the commission being at odds on one or more issues. As a commissioner, explain what you would do to encourage cooperation between the board and the Personnel Commission.
Number 5 kind of bleeds into my thing for number 6. I can go from experience as to in the beginning when Amy Mitchell was the director of the Personnel Commission, talking about at odds. It was, as a board member, sitting board member, and as president, I believe at the time, we were kind of at odds because we saw the way that the thing was being run. The employees eventually voted it out. We did our things, then the employees wanted it back in. So from that side, I saw how we could work together. They found a new director. Employees wanted it. The board is here, believe it or not, to support the employees. So if the employees want it, they get it. If it comes to a point where we are at odds, know that 1, I would be a commissioner, no longer a board member, but B, there should never be a time when the commission is against the board or the board is against the commission. The relationship should be established well before then and entrenched in that there is an understanding that the district and the employee comes first before the board or before the commission. So at no point in time could I ever see, as I'm a sitting commissioner, if I do make it there, that it would come to that, because the relationship should be galvanized long before there's something that we disagree on and differentiate from. There's no point in time where you shouldn't be able to sit down, find common ground, and do what's best for both and all.
And lastly, do you have any questions for the commission?
No, but I would like to kind of throw in my 2 cents if I have anything to add. Am I allowed to do that?
Of course.
I think it's a very unique situation, me sitting here in front of you saying, hey, I'd like to be a commissioner. I have a plethora of knowledge based upon my experience and time here at Barstow Unified, and I think I could be of help to the commission and to the employees. Also understand I have a very unique and loud personality that kind of goes with it. I see things differently than most people because not everything is cut and dry. The commission, along with the school district, take care of people, not just set policy. And even though we're here to manage, or might be here to manage, a merit system, with that comes a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, and a lot of help. So to sit here and just kind of blanket it, it doesn't work. Some people in this room might know my personality and stuff, and it might not work for you folks. I'm the only person sitting here, but if I came here at 4 o'clock on an afternoon and I'm getting interviewed, I want to have fun. I want to do what's right, and I want to, enjoy being able to do it. I want to be here to be able to support Ms. Gonzalez and her members. But most of all, I want to also support Ms. Dool in the job that she's been given to make sure that this place and this thing runs properly. The district's very important to me. I enjoyed it. It educated my kids. I have friends that still work here and everything. And, it's kind of neat to be interesting to be sitting on this side getting interviewed. But I can help you folks can help me. I can help the district, and the district can help me. When I was approached to possibly put in an application, I was like, oh my God, really? And I didn't, you don't want to come back to a place where you're unwanted. But then I thought about it for a second and said, wait a minute, this is a totally different style of what it is that I've been doing. It's going to be incredibly interesting. Because to be honest with you, and the way I answered the questions, I really don't know what I'm talking about. I can dance around the subject and kind of make it sound good for a second, but it's a learning experience. And I think I have one of the best teachers known to mankind to just sitting down and talking to Miss Dool about anything. And that comes from my days at the board. I can figure out any question, and she'll either know the answer or direct me to the right place to get it. Want to help, but with it comes a lot of loudness and a lot of fun and everything else. So I'm not the most, what I'm trying to say is I'm not the most professional guy on the face of the earth.
Hey, thank
But I'll
you.
do you proud.
May I ask a question of the applicant? How many years were you a trustee?
12.
Thank you. Okay.
At this point,
Is that good or bad?
don't answer that. So at this point, I need a motion from you guys to go into close. We need to stop the recording and then we'll all leave and you guys can make your decision and come get us.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenberg. I move that we go to closed session to discuss.
Okay, I second that motion.
You guys need me to stick around?
That is up to you. It is a public meeting when we come back.
All right, well, we're gonna do what we used to do.
We'll be in the
Let's
PC
go.
office. We'll be over,
Okay.
everyone will be over in the PC office. Either way, I'll probably call you if you don't stick around.
Well, I'm gonna be just standing out by the truck, my normal place.
Yep.
You can still just call me.